What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the warehouse series. So today I'm going to be talking to you new selectors out there, stuff that I've been witnessing at our warehouse for the last couple weeks here. And I just think it's important that I get it out there, and I'm going to be putting it in this playlist right here before your first day, even though you're already started in the warehouse, but it is for pertaining towards new selectors. So guys, the first thing I want to talk about is subscribing to my channel. If you guys are not a subscriber, if you want to do that, I'd really appreciate it. Hit the notification bell so you know when I post. Leave comments, give me a thumbs up. And if you guys want to join Discord, that link is in the description below. And if you guys join Discord, you guys can send me your pictures. And I could do a video just for you, based on your pictures. And we can go over those. So I want to talk about stuff that I see at our warehouse with new selectors. The first thing I want to talk about is you're on your training week, and people worry about those standards right at the gate. Now, if you're a trainer and you are on day one, you should be telling your trainee that at least for first 3 weeks, you should not be worrying about your standard. Unless your company has a criteria they have to meet, like say week 3, they have to hit a 60%. Then you tell them, hey, that's all you're focused on is that 60%. You're not worried about the 100%, you're worried about the 60%, but you're also worried during your training week and week 2 on your own, you are worried about building these pallets. That's so not worrying about your standard. And the second thing I want to talk about is learning how to build your pallets. Too many people in our warehouse, even people that have been there 3, 4, 5 years, they just throw to throw. What do I mean by that is you got to learn a process. Everything I am teaching you on this channel is my process. Not putting cases on their sides, learning to build your corners, strong corners. Everything on this channel is a process that I go through every time that I build my pallet. If I know in the beginning of my order have a good idea what my pallet's going to look like at the end of, then I have a process. Throwing the throw is just taking a case, throwing it on its side, upright, and whatever. Wherever it fits, you're putting it, and that's not the way we're supposed to be throwing in the warehouse. Learn to build those pallets before you worry about your times. The other thing I want to talk about is speed. Even though you're not worried about your standard, you might say, I'm not worried about my standard, but the speed. I see people jumping on their jack, jumping off their jack, running to get a case on their second week, their first week on their own. So they had a training week, and then the second week on their own, they're worried about speed already. Come on, guys. You'd be slowing down, taking your time. You just learned the equipment. This is where people get hurt. Take your time, all right? And just worry about building a good pallet, corners in, and that is that. Another thing I want to talk about is asking for help. When you're out of your training week, nobody asks for help. I don't see anyone ask for help. If you see a trainer or a good selector and you're struggling with a corner or something, that's going to ruin your whole pallet, just ask, what can I do real quick? Can you help me real quick? What can I do to make this a better pallet? And when someone does help you, this is another thing I want to talk about. Remember what they showed you. All right, too many people just stare at them and, oh, thanks for helping me. And they just go on and they do the same thing they did last order. They're doing it again next order. Remember what that person showed you. Because I know there's a couple people in the warehouse that I helped, and I look at every single order and they keep doing the same thing, and I'm like, I'm not even helping them again. They're on their own. So at least show that person that you're trying to better your pallets. Quit throwing the throw. And the people that are doing it right out of the gate, it shows. They've been at our warehouse for 7, 8 months, and they're building the most crappiest pallets that I've ever seen in my life. All right, another thing I want to talk about is wrapping in the owl. I mentioned this on my last video, but it is very important that I get this. If you have wrap machines in your building like we do at our warehouse, guys, drop those pallets and wrap them just a couple times to hold them together and take them to the wrap machines. 2 things. One, you're wasting time. And the other thing is that you're holding people up in the owl. Other people that are making a standard. So when you're at that building for a year and you're trying to make your standard, and there's a new guy wrapping in the aisle, you're going to get mad with that person. So think of these people trying to make their standard. All right, you're at a 50%. You only got to make a 50% right now, and they got to make 100%. And you're stopping the wrap in the aisle. Technically, your times don't even count. And you're stopping the wrap in the aisle and holding all these people up in the aisle. Wrap that pallet a couple times and keep moving, or take it to a part of the warehouse where no one's at and wrap it over there. All right, and the last thing I want to talk about is just getting into bad habits. I see new trainees come back from break, late, all that stuff. They're taking breaks when we don't even have a break. So don't develop bad habits. Bell to bell, learn how to build a good pallet, ask for help, remember the help, remember you know, what they're telling you about that. And guys, if it doesn't fit, don't force it. If you're building a pallet and it doesn't fit, do not force that case in there. Keep watching my videos. Make sure you subscribe. Any questions, I will answer your questions. And I will see you guys next time. Have a great day.